Does your voice match your dreams? I'm going to do a deep dive series of 3 to 10 minute yarns over the next 3 to 4 weeks to go a bit deeper into each part of the warrior heart concept and practice. So stand in your power, be your truth, and follow your heart. We need more warrior hearts in the world. We need more people who are leading, living, and serving from their hearts. The heart bypasses the ego and it bypasses trauma. But if you've ever faced the message of you're not enough, you're too much, your gender has been challenged, your culture has been challenged, your skin, your dreams, whatever it is, if you have had the message that you are not allowed to exist in the world totally as you are, then you know from personal experience that you have to fight to be yourself in the world. We are not allowed. It's not as simple as don't care what other people think or just be your authentic self. There is an inherent risk and challenge and sacrifice that comes with going, hey, this is me, this is who I am in the world. And if this is you, if you have had to fight to be yourself in the world and yet you are still here, then this is for you. So over the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe it's going to be every 4 weeks, I'm going to break down a pillar of the warrior heart. And in this pillar, we're going to yarn about the warrior heart, the power of your voice. How do you find your voice? How do you find who you are at the core so that you can show up from that place? And there's some questions I want to ask you. Does your voice match your dreams? Is your dream leading you to your calling and to your true self, to your inner self, parts of yourself that you have always been? And a really powerful question that I want to position you with, that it was positioned to me by Dr. Tedaro Trent, the author of Awakened Woman. If you struggle to find your why, your North Star, a question that can help you is, what breaks your heart? And these reflections will help you because it is worth finding. Your voice is worth fighting for. Your story, your journey, your dreams are worth fighting for. You are worth fighting for. And one truth I know to be true from my own journey is that in order to move through the world, in order to have clarity and direction, the greatest thing, the practice, the greatest method of overcoming adversity, overcoming trauma, overcoming mental illness in my journey and my experience is having a purpose that is bigger than myself, is having something worth fighting for, but including myself in those that I am fighting for. Not just about fighting for others, but seeing myself as the seed, the person, the vessel for the calling, the people, the service, the mission, the message that I have to show up for. I am a part of the collective that I am showing up for. So when I know myself, when I know my heart, this allows me to show up in a more powerful way. I don't need discipline. I don't need motivation because it becomes its own energy source. It becomes its own compass, its own navigation system. When we have clarity on who we are, when we have conviction and trust in who we are, when we believe and trust in our self-worth, we believe and trust in our capacity and our gifts and our abilities to show up, and we have something that is worth fighting for, and we are willing to get up and show up for that, then the path starts to unfold. For some people, they have the whole map, and for some people, the map is the calling and the next step, and the trust that this is an act of co-creation. If you are new here, my name is Chantel Thompson. I'm a proud Barkindji Nyepa woman. I'm known as the Barkindji Warrior Heart. And this is the Warrior Heart community movement where I'm here to empower you and to call you to your next level, to call you back to yourself, back to who you were always meant to be in your heart of hearts, because you are worth fighting for, you are worth showing up for. And when we show up for ourselves, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Please hit the subscribe button. If you would like to know more, reach out and hit me up, and there will be more Warrior Heart yarns coming. So in the next few episodes, I will be yarning about finding your voice, the power of connection and real stories. Now more than ever, the meaning in your life. Like, what does that look like? Beyond self-doubt, actionable steps for growth, and reconnecting with warrior heart, like daily practices, as well as going into those principles of what the warrior heart movement is. What is the warrior heart collectively and overall? What does it mean to stand in your power, and why is it important, and how do we do that? And a bit about my story and journey for it. What is it to be in your truth? Who are you in your truth? And what is truth to you? So again, what is it? How do you do it? Where can you find more information? And my own journey will be woven through all of these as an evidence base for why this practice and this principle works. And your dreaming. Like, follow your heart. Your heart has a calling that is bigger than yourself. Your heart and your body hold far more wisdom than your mind ever does. And a lot of my teachings and my experiences and my wisdom that I will share with you comes from lived experience, comes from First Nations Indigenous principles and practices, and it will also come from martial arts principles and practices, and me weaving that all together through my own experience of being Chantal Thompson, the Barkindji warrior heart. And I really want to implore you to come on this journey. Come and check out my community over at School the Warrior Heart Community. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go and explore and have a look at some of the other videos, and share this with someone that you love, that you know could really use this. So, finding your voice. In a world right now that we exist in, where so many voices are challenged, so many voices are silenced, the levels of violence in the world, both at a systemic level, a patriarchal level, violence against women, violence against gender, the war against Indigenous people. What is it about an individual being sovereign in their identity and their voice that others feel the need to control and challenge? Now, let me ask you this. Who wins when you stay silent? And who loses when you stay silent? What are the consequences of not knowing your own voice? What are the consequences of silencing yourself? And what is the power and potential if you took the time to not only find your voice, but also to go even deeper, to develop your voice and learn how to use your voice in a way that is authentic and aligned to you, but also the power and the potential and the capacity that you have right now. And different situations, you'll have more power than others. And also, what is power to you? Where do you have power? And where has power being used against you? And where have you used power over people rather than for people or with people? Because I know this to be true. When I'm in alignment with myself and my voice, and I can speak my truth into the world, it unlocks a level of strength and courage that I never knew that I had, but also it plants the seed, the example for future generations. When I speak my truth about my postpartum psychosis and depression, I empower other women who have had the same experience and who may not have the voice that I have. When I speak to the levels of violence that I have experienced as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as an Aboriginal woman, as a woman, as an athlete, I speak truth and I break down those silos. I break down that violence and I take back my truth. And more importantly, when I stand from my power and my purpose and my potential, not my trauma and my adversity, and I ground my story in my power and my purpose and speak truth to the adversity and the experiences that I've had, I unlock potential and power for other people. So this is why finding your voice is so important and it is so worth it. And yet those that are willing to speak up and have a voice, they will know that there will be a fight. So when we are warrior hearts, we speak our truth into the world and we come from our hearts. I hope this serves you and honors you in some way. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to hear more, let me know.